To order the Open Space, Parks, and Recreation Commission meeting. I'm going to read the land acknowledgement now. The land that Eureka rests on is known in the Wiyot language as Jerujiji. Past actions by local, state, and federal governments removed the Wiyot and other indigenous peoples from the land and threatened to destroy their cultural practices. The city of Eureka acknowledged the Wiyot community, their elders, both past and present, as well as future generations. The acknowledgement demonstrates the city's commitment to dismantle the ongoing legacies of settler colonialism. Can we have the roll call, please?
Okay. Commissioner Brenner?
Here.
Commissioner Mays?
Here.
Commissioner Bareilles?
Here.
And just about to be Commissioner Hedge? Thank you. We are missing Commissioner Sims and Commissioner Malik.
Okay. So now I'm going to read the oath of office for Virginia Hedgecock. And Jenny, please stand and raise your right hand. Should I stand too? Okay. That's right. I, please state your name.
Virginia Hedgecock.
Do solemnly affirm that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California and the Charter of the City of Eureka. I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter in the capacity of Commissioner for Open Spaces, Parks, and Recreation Committee of the City of Eureka. Commissioner, do you agree?
I do.
Now I will sign.
We can just have her sign when we're done.
Okay, great. Welcome.
Thank you.
Glad to have you on board. Okay, now we're going to approve the minutes from June 26, 2025, regular meeting as submitted. Are there any questions, corrections, or comments from the commission on the minutes for the June 26, 2025 meeting?
Just real quick before you do that, Commissioner Hedgecock is going to have to agree in order to have enough people to vote for it. You have to have the 4 for the quorum.
Okay.
And we've done this before, but you don't have to have been here as long as everybody else is in agreement that everything's good.
I did watch it on Zoom.
That's even better.
Right.
Perfect. Just wanted to get that in there real quick.
So is there any public comment on this item? Is anybody on Zoom tonight?
Just Lisa and staff.
Oh, okay. Hi, Lisa. Since there's no public comment, do we have a motion to approve the minutes as submitted?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as submitted.
I'll second.
Okay, please vote. Aye.
Aye.
And the motion passes. Okay, are there any commission reports? And no, there are not. And so now I'm going to ask if there's any public comment this evening. No? Is there anyone that would, and we don't have anybody on Zoom, so there's no public comment. I'm going to move on to old business. The Dayas Park Improvement Project. Robin.
Good evening, commissioners. I'll have a PowerPoint pulled up here shortly. We're just so excited to let you know that Dayas is almost complete and the grand opening is in September. Ooh. So I'm going to show you some special photos that did go live on Facebook last week, so you might have caught some. So yeah, I'll get started with some photos shortly here. Oh. Okay. So our beautiful custom egret playground and our beautiful rubber, and we'll have some more shots of the playground coming up here. The backside is accessible by ramp, so that you can bring wheels on there to access the slides and different play elements within the egret. Here's another side shot. We have some different kind of landscaping within the playground to break up all the rubber and concrete. We have, of course, a swing set. We also have a cool swing set we've not seen around these parts, which is you can face each other, whether it's two children, a parent and child, whoever wants to face each other and swing. We have a spinner that I slipped in a cute staff photo of. And this also is accessible where Jeff is standing. There's no bench, so you could roll a wheeled device on there and spin with everybody. Yeah. And then we have our toddler area. We have our toddler crab slide and our two dolphin and seahorse rockers. And then we have our big rope spinner and then a close-up of our toddler rockers. Another shot of the playground. We have two different barbecue picnic areas. So this is one side of that. We've got barbecues and utility tables along with the picnic tables. And this is our other barbecue area as well. And then we have a parkour course, kind of attracting some of the older ages so they can challenge themselves in rope ladders and different kind of poles that you have to climb. And then just wanted to show a shot of our native landscaping that was planted back in February. That is flourishing. Lots of open space and grass. Just wanted to highlight those meadows that we have here with our old cypress trees here. Lots of places just to hang out and sprawl out if you don't want to be on the playground.
Robin, is that looking west towards the ballpark?
Yes.
Cool.
California Street would be behind us.
Okay.
So this is another shot, actually. We have a fitness area here right off California Street. So you can enter off California. There's two pathways. And then we have our fitness area, and then you'll keep going west towards the playground and the lawn.
So nice.
Back over by the main entrance of the park, we have our new restrooms. There's 4 single-use stalls. And then our beautiful park sign to welcome you to Yas Park, where the cypress are. We also have our water station, which has a dog bowl on it. It's kind of hidden on the backside. And then these salmon are actually bike racks locally made by BT Metals. And then our sports court, this is the half court outside the sports court where you could play a half court game of basketball, or there's wall ball to practice any drills with your balls, whether it's pickleball or I guess it's called wall ball, where you have the bouncy ball and you do all the games. And then within the court, I don't have great photos of it because we just made some tweaks to it on Monday. But it's a fully paneled court with 2 full-size basketball courts and then full-size roller hockey and futsal. So we'll definitely get some better shots of that. We're still working on it a little bit. And then what's really exciting is we're definitely going to be open September 13th. We're on track. We are going to have free ice cream for everybody. That restroom wall, I'll go back actually. Behind the Yas Park sign, that'll be our mural. So we've hired a muralist who's actually going to trace it out, and then you can help paint it that day. It'll kind of be numbered, and you'll get a color and be told where to fill in the lines. Themed with egrets and the waterfront. And then, we'll have some lawn games out. Since roller hockey and futsal might be newer sports to our community because they're not as common in our parks, we're going to do demos so you can check out that sport and then get in contact with the leagues who host those sports. And then we'll have just a self-guided scavenger hunt. And then we are super, super encouraging people to not drive to the park if they don't have to. So what we're encouraging is walking or biking. We'll have a bike valet so that we can host a large amount of bikes safely. And then we do have a bus stop right outside the park in California Street. It's the Gold Route. So we're really trying to get the word out about that so people don't get frustrated that there might not be parking because it might be really busy and it's a neighborhood park. So that is the whole spiel on the grand opening. So I'll pause there and thank you.
Congratulations.
Beautiful.
All have done just a magnificent job.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
How many acres is the park?
I think it's up to 4 with the ball
4
field.
acres, yeah. Including Jacob Haney ball field.
Yeah, and actually, I will
Pack a lot
pause
in
to
there.
say we did do upgrades to Jacob Haney. We're still working on it. It's not quite photogenic yet. But we've done new bleachers. We've made new entrances, new fencing, rebuilt the dugout roofs, we're doing painting. And we're still going to keep working on it through the fall because the season isn't till spring. And it's typically used by REL, the Redwood Empire Little League. So it will not be open during the event, but we're going to keep sprucing it up, working with the league to get the kids back in there. But Jacob Haney's still there. It's getting spruced up, and it is part of the project in case folks are wondering.
So any other comments or questions for staff? Thank you, Robin, for that update.
Yeah, that's just
Again,
awesome.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Such a good job. Okay, so for new business, the Carson Park Playground Project, and that's Robin again.
Yes. So I'll quickly introduce some background on the park, and then we have our Kiwanis partners here to speak a little bit about their club and their goals and their assistance in this project. So Carson Park is our next project in the pipeline. And you may know that we did do some improvements the past few years, and we have a design that we're trying to fulfill. So folks who don't know, Carson Park is bounded by Boone and Carson H&I, very visible park. Of course, after the William Carson, who was our local lumber baron and donated the land to the city. And we did an extensive community outreach process quite a few years ago that have guided all future improvements. So thank you to everyone who participated. And we have fulfilled phase one, the restroom and basketball court, and everything else has been TBD on funding. And we're so grateful that the playground is jumping the line and getting done next because we have a funding source, which is our local Kiwanis Club of Henderson Center. So I will invite them up to speak a little bit about their club, and then I'll give you more details about the playground that we are eyeing. And make sure you press that button and make it green.
Can you hear me now? Okay, I'm John Friedenbaum, the secretary of the Henderson Center Kiwanis Club, and I have Sherry Sobel, our president-elect, here as well. And as you can see, or could see on the screen there, it's our 75th anniversary, October 2nd, and our Kiwanis Club has a long history of partnering with the city of Eureka on this park. We've, over the years, painted structures, and they've come and gone, some of the structures and whatnot. And for our 75th anniversary, we were looking for a service project that would impact the community in a positive way. Kiwanis focuses on children and playgrounds, and families are a natural benefit there. So Kiwanis partners with Landscape Structures, and they're a playground equipment provider. And if you haven't seen, there's some flyers outside, but I brought some flyers for you that maybe the commission can look at. There's a rendering of the equipment that we're looking to purchase. And if you've been to Redwood Fields in Cutton, our club put that playground structure in 2016, which was a 100-year anniversary for Kiwanis in 2015. And we started it in 2015, and it carried over into 2016. But same provider, same type of equipment will be used. And one of the neat features of using this equipment provider is they send a technician on the day that you actually construct the playground, and it's the community that engages and constructs the playground. So it's going to be a community build event. You're all welcome to attend and help us when that occurs. But currently we're in the fundraising portion of the project. We've got the design and the cost. The budget is about $150,000 for the total project. And so we're out looking for grant funding, which is extremely competitive right now. So It's not going to get constructed October 2nd, but we hope that we'll be able to do construction either in the spring or summer of next year. So that'll still be our 75th anniversary year, and that's our project.
I'd just like to say thank you so much. I live 3 blocks from there, and that park it's really nice, and we see little kids there, and people use it. They really do. So thank you.
Yeah. Well, I grew up at Booner and F, so that was my park. So yeah.
And the new bathrooms are really nice.
Yeah.
We're starting to make some progress there, and we really appreciate and we're thrilled when they came to us and brought this idea forward. And then the impressiveness of the overnight or over a weekend it popping up, that's the community is going to be wowed by that. We had a similar experience at Hammond Park probably in 2008 or so, and I got to go to do that. I was a new employee with the city and got to go there and experience that, and it's up in there over a weekend, not a year like we've experienced with Dayas. And so that really is a statement to the community, I think so. We're super excited. Thank you, John.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you, John.
Thank you very much.
Good to see you.
So appreciate it.
Any comments or questions on this? Okay. Thank you, Robin. Thank you, John. And next is the McKay Community Forest Advisory Group. Our meeting, which was supposed to happen in August, has been rescheduled for mid-September. And so at our next meeting, thank you. At our next meeting, I'll report on the McKay Advisory Group. Let's see. Upcoming volunteer opportunities. It's Robin once again.
So September is Volunteer Month in Eureka. We do a volunteer event every Saturday. We have a big party at the end of the month. We do a grand prize for attending all of the events. Because we have some visuals to share during staff reports in a PowerPoint, I'm going to circle back to that with the flyer and all the details in the staff report. But yeah, it's the most fun time of year for volunteerism in September. So definitely excited to share that info with you guys.
Okay. Any comments or questions? Thank you, Robin. And then Parks Capital Projects. Jeff, you're on.
All right. Like I mentioned earlier, we're on a roll with our parks in general, and we have a lot of upcoming things for next year, including the Carson Park project. But in addition to that, we received our our notice to proceed on the Grace Martin Memorial Park, which is on the waterfront, adjacent to the Halverson Park. It's got not much there, a kind of a trail that comes into there. So there's some wonderful access points there and beautiful scenery. We're going to be building a park. We've presented a little bit on that, and Jenny will love to bring that up again so they can update our new commissioners on what it's going to look like. But we're at the 90% design and construction documents, and so those are all being final reviews, and then the construction documents will be fulfilled. And we were assigned a couple weeks ago our project manager from our engineering department, so we're working together already to prepare bid packaging, and our goal is to go out to bid probably in the end of November and early December so that we can get on schedule with construction companies, a lot of the local company and companies in general, start to plan projects for the year at that time of the year. So obviously we need to deal with weather, being an outdoor construction project, and so we'll be looking to get our competitive bids. Again, we received a generous donation from Lance and Grace Martin family, and we were able to utilize those funds to get a matching grant, and so we were able to double that. and it's really going to be quite nice. It's a small park, but it, like I said, it's fully accessible. It's got a working waterfront theme. It's got some local artisanry, and both some artistic signage and sculpture, and then a boat that was built by Blue Ox Studios and Eric Hollenbeck. We really, the family emphasized local products. It's difficult to do that with playground equipment. So we have a really wonderful design that is super appropriate for that location. It also includes the trail improvements. And so the awkwardness of the trail intersecting into the Sacco Amphitheater will no longer be the main thoroughfare. It will extend outside of that, and it'll be that A1, Class A trail. And also provide like a buffer. There's a buffer between the trail and the play areas. But it also encourages that mode of multimodal transportation to and from, and a stopping place to have a nice little picnic lunch is what Lance and Grace would do often, and that was their bequest. And some little flower areas and bulb outs. And so it's really a wonderful project. We'll bring that back to you when we're for another update. So that's our Grace Martin project. And then the Del Norte Dog Park. We held a really successful event in March that kicked off a survey. And we have a really high usage there. And we also had a wonderful event during Get Out and Play Day. But we're taking all that data from those comments, and we're trying to formulate a master plan. And what this helps us do is anything in the coastal zone needs coastal development permitting, and as Grace Martin would also, but we've already gone through that process. And so when we have the bigger picture put together, we can lump things together that makes it much easier for us to go through those processes. If we're picking one little thing at a time, it could take years to go through the CDP process. And so the advantage of having a master plan for that park and improvements, and with the wonderful community feedback, it's great. We at our Get Out and Play Day, which we'll probably have some pictures on there later, but I was down there. There was so many dogs. There was little doggy photo opportunities with booths, and it was really wonderful. And there was little kiddie pools. Some had water and some had like the balls full of balls. And we had doggy art where people were putting doggy paws on the pages, and it was just really wonderful. We have a really awesome group of people out there who support all that good stuff, and they volunteer to help laying chips and gravel and keeping maintenance up there, which there's some challenges in that park due to the coastal location with vegetation removal and things like that. We have to follow a lot of guidelines and stay within our boundaries there. So, but that's our capital projects report for this month.
Any comments or questions? Thank you, Jeff. The recreation revenue summary, let's look at that. Oh, we have it for both June and July. Oops. And are there any questions or comments from the commission on the recreation revenue report?
I do have a comment. Congratulations on the success of the programs this year. That's really good. And so where you've exceeded budget expectations, does the department get to roll that forward into projects, or does the general fund gobble it up?
Recreation revenues are general funded. So they're funded from the general fund. They go back into the general fund. We don't get to keep it, but it does provide proof that we're making the efforts to get the programming out there. Translating numbers to success in the community, it does speak to it a little bit, but it's also, it's the being at events and seeing the children and the adults that are getting to recreate, the opportunities we're providing, the support when we need a few extra $1,000 here and there to make something happen, to make an improvement at a park, to increase usage and safety and enjoyment. you know, it doesn't always translate to dollars on a piece of paper, but our council and our staff and all our, you know, we see the positivity, we see the effects for the community, and so that's our driving force, I would say.
Well, again, congratulations. That's really exceptional. And
Yeah.
Jeff, so did you guys, is the goal, the income goal the same for this year as it was last year, or did you guys modify it?
It does get modified slightly from fiscal year based on, you know, what our expectations are, and so what are, you know, are we doing a ton more programming? Do we have new facilities? Which we do, and so like with Dayas Park, we had no rental spaces there outside of Jacob Haney Field. Now we have rental spaces for different sporting opportunities. We have barbecue, birthday party areas, and then events. And so one thing we've really been focusing on in general in recreation is expanding the programming. So, and that includes our trails, our waterfront trail. We're looking at what can we do? Can we get bicycle clubs? Can we rent bicycles? Can we provide equipment? Can we kick off events? Can we partner with different groups? You know, like our RC car groups that we've made MOUs with, and skateboarding groups, and, you know, hopefully our roller hockey group that we're meeting with. So just sometimes these opportunities just fall in our lap, and sometimes it's through a complaint or something, and it's like, you know, then we realize a potential somewhere. And so just being open-minded and listening to the community. And, you know, like, for example, the RC car group, you know, it started off with a few complaints about them utilizing the forest and stuff like that. And then we didn't know how to talk to them. So we put up a sign, and then he started calling us, and then we started talking, and then we started looking at their followers on their Facebook, and there's hundreds. And so there's hundreds of people in the community that are participating in this or interested. And now how do we facilitate them? How do we help? How do we fundraise? How do we partner and create more opportunities? And so we're always looking to do that. And come to us if you're listening and you have ideas. Come to us and talk to us.
It's very cool because you've done it. I know some of the activities you were doing at the Muni.
Yeah.
I forget exactly what it was, but you were, instead of offering, you were identifying interest, and that was, I commend you for that.
Yeah.
It's sharp.
And it's evolving. It's always evolving. What's trending? Pickleball is popular,
Right.
but so is roller hockey apparently.
So, and we have no public to make a comment on this item, and nobody on Zoom. So, do we have a motion to accept the June, July 2025 revenue report?
yeah, I'll move to accept the revenue report.
Second?
I'll do it. I was waiting for Jenny.
Okay. Let's vote. I thought I did, because,
I think
yeah.
so. Yeah.
Yeah. That's okay. That's okay. I was kind of saying, well, there's nobody here for public comment and nobody on Zoom. So I didn't read it exactly as my script was. Okay. So let's see. Let's vote. Aye. And the motion passes. Oh, my fingers aren't working. Okay. Staff report. So Jeff
Okay.
or Robin?
I'm going to start us off. And
Okay.
we are trying to bring more exciting visual things to you guys and the
We appreciate
watchers.
it.
And so we'll let them load that up and get out and play day.
It was
So we
fun.
had a hugely successful get out and play day. The weather was incredible. I got to go to almost all the sites myself. I had family in town that also, the kite
was.
flying was so much fun, and there's perfect wind. Line dancing was something new at Carson Park, but it was super cool. And that's another example of just like changing things up a little bit, using a basketball court to do some line dancing outside on a beautiful day. Also having our partners from Kiwanis out there. engaging the community. So the pickleball at Highland Park was awesome. There was a lot of participants there. Also, our tennis club was out there, so the new courts were being used. And then we had a pickleball tournament not too far right after that event that had over 100 participants in the tournament. So those are the types of usage things we're aiming for at the parks that drive away some of our problems and get people out to have those good experiences. Dog park was really cute. As I mentioned, the doggy art, there was little doggy pools, and it was super cool. The Mattakit cruises were always popular and full. So those are always popular, and there's lines to get on board. Kayaking, paddleboard, 250 kayak and paddleboard rentals. So it was a beautiful day to get on the water and do some water safety. Humboldt Kiters, that was the first place I stopped, and they were even giving away some kites to the kids, the first 100 kids that got there, and most everybody got to fly their kites. And then there was also some of the big elaborate kites there too. So we always have a great place to fly kites at Halverson Park, and our annual kite festival too that happens there. Movie in the park was Fern Gully was chosen. So staff votes on those, and so we always have different ideas for different movies there. But over 200 people at the park after dark. At Highland Park, pickleball, like I said, was very successful in tennis. Carson Park line dancers was another highlight. I got a great video of them, but there's a nice still photo there. And Sequoia Park is our main facility for the Get Out and Play Day, and there was over 3,000 people there, 3,500 we estimate throughout the day. So Humboldt Bay Fires there with the slip and slides. There was our wonderful friends at Hum Bubbles, creating bubbles everywhere, who we love to have at our events, and they've also came to the Highland Park grand opening too, which we'll talk about later. But there's some really great photos that we attach, and like I said, we're trying to bring these photos to the meetings and make it interactive. Next is we've been working with the Ink people and the Wiyot tribe on some speaking Solatluk, which is our Wiyot language, and throughout town. And so this is the first project that we entered with them, and these are some interpretive signs that were mounted on the boardwalk. And they're really cool because they talk about how to pronounce the different names for the different things that we see out there, from seaweed and clams and otters and all that good stuff. So, and salmon. So they were locally designed artwork, and they were just installed a couple weeks ago. So go see them and check it out on our boardwalk on a nice day. 15 different signs were installed by our harbor staff. So they're really, really cute.
I also know that the Cultural Center in Old Town has the different signs as little postcards too. Yeah, so I grabbed one to put on my wall in my office because the art is so dang cute.
We were really impressed. Next on our reports is a new event at the zoo. As you know, we had some traditional events at the zoo for quite some time, and we're kind of changing it up a little bit. We had brew at the zoo, and this is going to be Oktoberfest. We have our new bear exhibit, which is fabulous, and we have 2 new bears. So come see our 2 bears are out of Noni, and then the new bear. I'm sorry, did I say the wrong one?
Thule
is there. Noni has passed away. Sorry. And then Ishung, our new bear that's out in the exhibit, who's really enjoying that. And then we have a new younger bear that it's been in quarantine, and it will start to get adjusted to the exhibit. But they're fully using it. It's really wonderful to see them and how much space they have and area to play, and the views from the Skywalk also are pretty incredible. But come out to our Bears and Brews. It's a 21 and over event. It's going to be on Saturday, October 11th. So we've got some posters, and we'll remind you. Tickets are available now. So again, we wanted to bring some video to this evening, and Joseph Carter is one of our staff members who filmed and edited this video and put it all together. So I'd love to give some kudos to him. But this captures our day at Highland grand reopening last month.
Oh. Okay. It's like, I don't know how it works.
It's coming.
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh, that's,
Yeah.
Derek is in charge of everything, so.
Don't worry.
Okay. Oh, I thought the video was embedded in the PowerPoint. I was mistaken.
some of our fence art that we did with the community. Our mayor. This is Hum Bubbles. They donate their time to come to these events too. Of course, we had some hot dogs and we utilized our new snack shack. Yeah. Like I said, thanks to our awesome photography from Joseph Carter that made
That was
happen.
very entertaining.
Okay, I just have a couple more updates before I turn it over to Robin. I think we talked about this in the June meeting that we were intending on installing a few placeholder play items at the Sequoia Park because we had to remove one of the older structures and we could no longer get replacement parts. We can't just build our own and things like that to cover liabilities. So we installed 5 new pieces out there. They're small, they're temporary. We put up some signage to let people know this is not what you're getting, and we are working on the phase 2 design for that right now. So we'll be coming back to you soon with some imagery and some product selection. What we're looking at right now is a lot of the natural looking Robinia wood structure that like we have in phase 1 there. So that will complement that and kind of the treehouse skywalk type theme. So it will complement the natural beauties of the park and kind of the play experience for this that we have on, we can't play on the skywalk. It's a little too high, but we're going to recreate that kind of experience closer to the ground. So we're excited about that. Dredging update for our harbor. I know we've talked about that before too. So we're in the process for dredging in spring, summer of 2026. It's emergency dredging, and we need that for our harbor and marina to be functional for recreational and commercial activities. Not just our marina will be dredged, but all of the different waterfront locations that we have. The city owns all the tidelands all along the cities there, and we lease to different groups, and then we operate our marinas and launch ramps. And so accessibility is very important, and our bay is wonderful for recreation and oysters and all the things that it's special there. And so we're working on that. We're in the sample analysis plan phase, so we're working with a local engineer to prepare all that documents. It's a ton of work, and it's a ton of permitting. We have certain permits, and what we're looking at now is the ability to dispose of materials that we take. And so that it involves the Army Corps of Engineers, the EPA, our local harbor district, a few more agencies. And so we're working on all those plans. We'll do the sampling. We'll submit those plans, and then we submit the samples to the lab. We get the results, and then get our approvals for disposal. And we actually have one of the bigger disposal sites right offshore. It's about 3 miles off the jetty, and it's called Hood's Humboldt Open Ocean Disposal Site. And like even places like Crescent City in Southern Oregon utilize those locations. And so that's, we're in that process, and Don and I are hacking away at it, and we'll hopefully have some good news here about updates for our marina and improving the conditions for access. And during low tides and stuff right now, we have some issues with being able to get out. And so we want people to recreate, fish, and commercial fish, and people that depend on it for their commercial businesses. So, and that is my report. I'm going to turn it back to Robin.
Circling back to volunteer opportunities. So I had mentioned we have an event every Saturday. So the first Saturday will be in Old Town at the gazebo. Needs a little sprucing up, and we've invited some of our go-to community partners. We're hoping for a good turnout. Lots of mulch to revitalize those planters. And there will be free bagels by Los Bagels. We always try to have an incentive at each event. Ivy League meets every month, and they will be at it again in September. And our wonderful Sequoia Park Zoo has donated a free zoo pass to everyone who attends that event. The event is 4 hours, but it is a drop-in event. You do not have to pull Ivy for 4 hours. Bless the people who do. Our Del Norte Dog Park, we have our amazing volunteer coordinator, Lila, with a dash of Jason. And they will be helping spruce up the dog park. Come on and help. And we're going to do a drawing for a dog-related prize. And then we always have our big party to appreciate all of our volunteers, and that's at Sequoia Park this year. We'll do a free BBQ. We'll have live music by Blue Rhythm Review. And then we will honor our volunteer coordinators and other programs from recreation, and just hang out and have fun and celebrate the good stuff we do year round. So we do have a $250 Pearson's gift card grand prize. So the more events you attend, the more likely you are to win. So if you attend all 4 events, your name is in the hat 4 times versus the person who attended once, and so on. And then we'll have other little prizes too. So while we do volunteer programs all year, our intent this month is to celebrate and then promote that it doesn't just happen in September. So thank you to all of our volunteers, and maybe the ones we haven't met yet. But yeah, that'll be September for us. And I think that concludes our staff reports.
Okay.
I've got a question. Who operates the municipal golf course?
So the city owns the golf course, and we used to have a corporation run that for us that and it was called Coursco. And about 3 years ago, we decided that we would run that under our nonprofit CAPE, which is our community access project for Eureka, having a nonprofit status. And so we were able to retain a lot of the employees and add new employees, but also keep it under the nonprofit. And then we also have a wonderful restaurateur there, the Cochina and Mariposa. Try their food; it's really good. So yes, it's the city owned, and then now actually more run actually by the city. So yes, and it's really improved with, especially with the recent the slough project there a couple years ago had improved, and the golfers really like it.
Any other comments or questions?
Thank you. I drive by there and I'm thinking, we never, either you've leased it out or something's going on. So thank you.
Well, honestly, one of these days, perhaps, if it'd be neat if they could come in and do a presentation for us.
Sure, definitely. What's
They
going
don't
on
have to
out
have a
there?
video with music. Doesn't fly over.
Although-
We're okay. Just if they just come in and talk.
It would be nice.
And tacos too. Or?
Yeah, go to the restaurant. Okay, well, thank you, Jeff and Robin. That was very entertaining, like I said. And it looks like it's time for adjournment. We're going to adjourn at 6:47. The next regular meeting will be on September 25th, 2025 at 6 p.m. in council chambers at Eureka City Hall. The meeting is now adjourned. Thank you, everybody.
Folks, I won't be here. I'm going to be in Sacramento for a homeless grant conference, so I just look at my schedule right now.
Okay.